Okay, guys. So I want to get into my topic, but I want to do a trigger warning. Yes. Can you believe I'm caring enough to do a trigger warning? I'm doing a trigger warning because I'm going to be talking about men that are emotionally unstable. And you may be watching me and you may be one of those men. So you may hear things like, people are going to say men are weak. People are going to say men are soft. We're going to talk about suicide. So, trigger warning, if you are in a weak space right now, you may not want to watch this, or you may want to watch this now you're prepared for what's going to be said tonight. Okay. I am not trying to hurt anybody emotionally more than they already are, but we're going to say some harsh shit tonight. The gloves are coming off. I'm going to really talk about this because there's a thin line, right, between a man should be able to show his emotion and you're a weak bitch. Okay. There's a thin line. So I just want you guys to know moving forward, that is how the conversation is going tonight. It's going to be harsh. So trigger warning, you guys. Okay. And there's going to be some good stuff said too. Okay. So tonight's topic is, are men getting weaker as women get stronger? I spoke about this before, but just touched on it a little bit. As you know, women are sitting in their masculinity and they are winning it in their masculinity. With that said, men and women both have feminine and masculine. Of course, your mother was a woman. Your father was a man. Everybody walking the earth has feminine and masculinity. Some of us are spilling over with the masculinity. Some of us are spilling over with the femininity, and some of us have great balance. I don't know who you are. You should know. I don't know. Listen to the people around you. Ask them if you're not sure, right? So turns out now in 2022, and I'm going to bring Haran up in a minute because he explained this really cool last night in my stream last night, if you guys missed it. But he mentioned how this is the first generation of men dealing with women that don't need them, right? But really don't need them. Not just like, I'm a strong woman and I don't need a man. Like, really don't need them, because women are making more money. They're more independent. They don't really need men like they used to back in the day. A lot of women are having children without men by choice. I'm not talking about single mothers that are left. I'm talking about women that are going to sperm banks and saying, I want to have a child. I don't want to have anything to do with a man. Women are more sexually free now. They're calling themselves sluts and hoes. And, we have the slut walk and the hoe walk. And, girls are calling each other hoes and sluts and bitches. So it's like, it's a whole different generation where women aren't as coy and shy as they used to be. Before, men used to try to trigger women by calling them bitch, hoe, and slut, but now women are adopting these names and they're taking the trigger out of it, similarly to the word nigga, right? Before, nigga was like a big thing. Now the charge is being taken out of it. And I think Jay-Z himself said, the more you say it, the more the trigger is taken out of it. So do with that what you may, but that's what's becoming of the derogatory terms that were once used against women to diminish them. Women are like, no, I am that bitch. No, I am that hoe. No, I am that slut that Amber Rose talked about, right? So the charge is being taken out of it, and men are losing their power, right? And women are not giving a fuck like they used to. So women are not seeking marriage like they used to. Same as men. Before, men had all the power, because men, it was like you had to strong arm them into marriage. And now women are like, fuck you. I got a job. I got a house. I got a car. I got enough money to take care of my kids. I'm not going to add a motherfucker to that. And I got to wash his dirty ass drawers. I got to cook for him. I got to sex him when I don't want to. Women are no longer giving a fuck. So are men getting left behind? A lot of men, as you know, the way they're striking back at women because they can no longer control them, okay, is bashing them online, specifically in these spaces. They are bashing women relentlessly to no avail, because now women are also fighting back online and they don't give a fuck. What else are men doing? They become passport bros. Yesterday's stream on the Block with Jen was all about passport bros. It's basically men that can't afford or don't want to deal with American women. So they're flying out of the country with their $20 and $40 and dealing with women that are poverty stricken, and it'll take them as there is, and fake orgasms and fake relationships, long as they get those $20, $40 from those same men. So some of the men are completely running from this. Some of the men are like, I can't deal with these independent women. I can't deal with these stronger women. I'm going to go deal with those poor, broke women in other countries. I'm going to give them my $20 and I'm going to get me a little girlfriend experience, right? So are men getting left behind in this society? Are men getting weaker as women get stronger? I've said before, you men better catch up, because the things that you used to do to diminish women are no longer working. We have our own money now. We have our own home. We have our own cars. We're raising our children, you know what I mean? Big and strong. So you guys have to catch up. A lot of you don't want to catch up. That's why you're fleeing the country for, $20 prostitutes. A lot of you can't catch up. So the ones that can't leave are online bashing women. So what are you going to do? Are you going to rise up to the occasion, or are you going to crumble and get left behind by these women that are getting stronger? I want to show you an example. One of my friends sent me this video and wanted me to talk about it. It's a man crying. Now, we've gone through phases with men. Men were too strong, you know what I mean? Strong, silent, dark, handsome, right? The less they talked, the more attractive they were. Then we went from that to men should show their emotions. Men are not emotional enough. And now the pendulum has swung all the way to the other side and broken off, and men are crying everywhere. You got Tyrese crying online. What more do you want from me? We got this guy crying in the car I'm about to show you. So now the pendulum has swung to the other side and broken the fuck off, right? So it's like, what are we left with? What are these men being conditioned to be? What is masculinity and manhood going to look like in 10, 20, 30 years if we are conditioning the young boys now that it's like, it's okay to cry all the time. It's okay to be emotional all the time, right? While women are being raised the opposite way. Fuck these dudes, get your own, be independent. You don't need a man. I didn't need a man, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Where are we going to be in 10, 20 years? The gender roles are completely changing and imploding, right? So it seems to me, and you're not going to like this, but it seems to me that women do better with masculinity than men are doing today. Yeah, I said it. It seems like women are thriving more sitting in their masculine self than men are doing sitting in their feminine self. Because remember, now we're conditioning men to be more feminine, not just emotional. Before it was just, hey, show me your emotions. I want to know you care. But now we're flat out saying, hey, show me your tears. Show me you can be feminine. And men are rising up to the occasion. There are tears everywhere from human beings that own penises. So I don't know, what is the balance? Are we going to have balance? How do we have that balance where we don't have these cavemen in our homes, but they get to show their emotion? It's getting scary.